Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Battle for the Bosporus, playing as the Ottoman Empire. Saudi Arabia has fallen, we have control of all of it. And I actually think they surprisingly kind of like me, so I don't have a lot of issues as far as Saudi Arabia, as far as I'm aware. Well, these guys are actually down at 1% compliance. They'll be a little bit of a problem. But some of the other territories they were holding on to like me fairly well. Yemen doesn't seem to mind me much at all. So I don't know, we get a little bit of extra factories out of all of that. Of course, now I'm having some trade issues once again. I think that maybe the Soviets are going to have to send me some of this tungsten, just so I can produce enough artillery to keep some of this going. And I'm trying to produce some towed anti-air and stuff. That's all still in the works. I've been thinking harder and harder, how do we do this? How do we continue expanding? And I really don't see a way. I don't see a way that we win this in our current state. I know that if I pull back over here, by the way, the British are just going to kill Iran. I don't see any way around that one. That one just seems obvious. Iran and Afghanistan fall apart. Iran's got, like, no equipment. They're completely relying upon me to fortify their borders, but I'm probably going to have to abandon them at some point. We are trying to get a claim against Yemen, and if I can do so, conquering that, plus doing a quick little naval invasion down over here, will be enough to get me a new set of cores along all of this, including, you know, Mecca. I mean, that has to be a very good morale victory, if nothing else, right? So I like that. Let's go ahead and tell you guys to stop working in there. You guys are actually going to be doing this here. Naval invasion support down in that direction. I went for some very fast little naval invasions, so we should be able to do this. Where are my planes? I need you guys to get down over here, and I need you guys to get down over here. We'll go for some naval supremacy that way, just in case. Oh, wait, you guys are going to go a stupid way. You have to go through here, too? Oh, come on. Alright, well, there's not a lot of enemy ships over here, so I'm thinking we can probably do that. Hey, some troops are training up. Good. You guys go join up with Orange. We'll send one of you to go join up over here, and we're going to start setting up a new army. You guys are going to be led by, I guess, I don't know how the heck you pronounce that, but I'm going to go ahead and put you in charge. Take that one. There, good. We're going to set up some troops, I think, probably along the border of, let's say, Bulgaria. If I could just control Bulgaria, I swear, oh man, things will look good. But we're having a hard time. I can't seem to control the occupied territories nearly as much as I need to. I can't seem to gain enough compliance to get the industry, let alone the manpower. We're doing okay-ish on the manpower front, but let alone the manpower, the industry is where I'm not going to be able to beat the Germans. I mean, the Germans, presumably, have somewhere on the order of, yeah, 130 to 235. They probably have almost 200 military factories. I've got 50. I mean, that's better than we were, no doubt about it, but to think for a second that we're okay, like, no. My only hope is if we had controlled Bulgaria, I could have cored Greece, Albania, all of Bulgaria, all of Yugoslavia, this entire region. Could have been cored, at which point we might have had enough industry to actually ramp up. Only way that would have worked. Only way at all. You guys need to make sure you also include this. So we'll get both. Naval supremacy, that should be enough. The United Mexican States. Pardon? As our ally in a war. I don't see how that's possible. Yugoslavia is not my ally, so I don't know how this happened, but okay. Aztec Eagles, well, that seems like fun. So basically, the Allies just gained a new member. They have the entirety of North America. Great. Ooh, spicy. Ginger beer, by the way. This is Gosling's ginger beer, which I picked up when I went to Bermuda. Got some of their black rum and everything else, make it dark and stormy. The only problem I have with their ginger beer is it's actually a lot sweeter than good ginger beer. Good ginger beer needs to have a bite. Like a real bite to it. That's what you'll want to see. That's what you'll want to see. Alright, well the troops need to arrive down over here before we can do anything. These guys are still on their way. They're very slow. Very, very slow indeed. But that's fine. I can't do anything until I take Yemen. I hope that the Soviets last long enough, right, that I can take Yemen, and then I can set up troops to say YOLO against the Axis. And we will almost certainly die. But I can go out in a blaze of glory and at least try to take Bulgaria and core all of this before we're done. Also maybe Egypt, you know? If I can at least do some of that, and just before I die, at the very least, then I can say I've reunited a proper Ottoman Empire. Oh man, that would at least feel good, wouldn't it? I think it'd feel pretty good. I would like to see that happen. But alas, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Do we think they even have any troops over here? I got a garrison, but beyond that, do they have anything? I have no idea. Maybe? Well, we'll wait until the rest of the troops arrive at the very least. I'm not in such a rush that I'm gonna just suicide my troops. One thing we could do, by the way, if Iraq still refuses to give me what I demand, because, like, of course, what we could do is kick them out of the faction. They'll join the Axis, and then when I'm already gonna go YOLO against the Axis is just say, screw it, I'm taking over Iraq. And guess what? That would be a whole bunch more cores for me, too. Just saying. Gosh, if I weren't fighting the Allies, I actually think we could do this. Because the timing pulled me into a war against the Allies at the last possible second in Yugoslavia. If I were completely neutral in this, I could choose to attack the Germans at the right moment, timing that around D-Day, so the Soviets, the Ottomans, and the Allies crush the Germans, I take what I want, and boom, we win. That would have been awesome! But we did not. So we're going to get a research bonus for this light tank if I want to start building them. And given my restrictions right now as far as cost, I think light tanks are my only option. We could choose not to build proper tanks and instead focus everything we've got on tank destroyers. That's one way of trying to work a little bit of armor plus some piercing value into some of my divisions, including infantry divisions. That could work. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it could work. Fighters, man, I would love to get these guys upgraded, but I don't think I can justify it right now. We can go for some bonuses for our doctrines, though, and we should. I'm not going to spend 100 army experience for that because I can't. But we can at least get the extra recovery rate and organization for everything. This is really good. We like advanced fire bases. Big fan of the advanced fire bases. As far as decisions are concerned, do we want to just go ahead and develop this to get a little bit more chromium? I mean, I guess we could. What are we building right now? Military factory. I need more. We could also just try building a lot of forts. Right? That is a thing that we could do. Build a load of forts. Like, let's say all along the borders of Croatia. Ignore some of this. Control the rivers. Right? We build a bunch here so we can hold off the advances of Hungary while the rest of our troops set up to take out Bulgaria and then try to control this river, and then we turtle down like hell here as well. We could also try setting up some forts over here. The thing is, if I sneak attack Italy right now, we actually would gain some land because right now we have a non-aggression pact, so they're not worried about me. But I can still go to war with them anytime I want just by attacking Bulgaria. So, I mean, we could get some troops here and just go for a push into the mountains. I'm not sure that's the right call, but it is what we could do. Or I could just, you know, build up forts here in the mountains and just entrench like hell. And I do think that's the right call. I'm actually more concerned about this area simply because the river works to my advantage here, but not here. With the mountains, though, we could actually do something. So you do all of that, fight the Axis, we snag Bulgaria, hold rivers, pray that that's enough to distract the Germans, the Italians, and the Soviets start making push and start getting advances, or they leave me alone and I can start taking out their little allies, including Bulgaria and Romania, and maybe Iraq. You know? Those are all things that would be great. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. I know I'm a little bit low on factories for a minute, but we're building the military factory at full speed, which is the most important thing, and I can build these really quickly. That's not too much of an issue, I think. Alright, you guys about ready to go, I think? You probably are. Who's missing? One guy up over here is missing. You know something? I think we just go. Go for the naval invasion. Do you think they even have anything over here? They got a few ships, but nothing that matters, apparently. So let's just land. Where are you? There you are. Going very slow. We're escorting you all the way home. Don't worry, I have faith in you. You can do this. Woo, woo, woo. Go team. Go get him. Go grab the tiny little island. Oh, look, they actually do have some troops. Hang on. Air Force. Right here. Air superiority, close air support, help me. My troops have arrived, but they're still not engaging. Did you just retreat? He did! He retreated at the last second to give this up so that I wouldn't have to fight him. Okay. I mean, I'm irritated by that because like, we could have gotten a kill, but like at the same time, do we care? Nah. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, stop with that. Everyone go here. Navy, you did good. Now go hold somewhere else. I don't care. Hang on. Turn these off. There we go. Now just go hold somewhere. Don't waste my fuel. Ireland joins the Allies. I will say I do feel like the Allies have been more proactive this game. Getting Ireland, getting Mexico. That's not stuff I normally see out of the Allies. Sometimes Ireland. I guess that's not too surprising, but like Mexico? I don't know. Is that really truly going historical mode? Maybe it is. Doesn't feel like it much, but I mean, hey, cool. Whatever. Fine. Yeah, great. We're almost halfway to being able to kill Yemen. Woo! So fun. Yay. Happy, happy, happy. Supporting the East is done, which just got me some free infrastructure. Probably over here, I believe. Looks like the United States is actually making a push in Sardinia. That's fun. Hopefully they don't get any ideas about attacking me in the future, but they might. Let's go for the camels. I want to see what camels can do. Maybe camels are, like, really good. Maybe you don't need motorized. You just the army of camels go attacking the mountains over the Alps and into Germany. That's the secret weapon right there. That's going to be the secret weapon that wins me the game. Holy crud, guess who's decided to attack? That's right, it's the US of A! Oh, gosh. Well, I guess I'm sort of glad that I'm here to defend you. Somewhat. I'm going to send you guys down over here. I think we're okay in terms of supply still. And we need to make sure we have as much defensive force as possible to force the everyone else to kind of lose supply. I'm going to be losing a little bit, but hopefully not too much. And if you guys start losing a lot and taking lots of attrition, eventually you'll bleed to death. It'd be great if I could actually take over the Raj. I don't think we can, but it'd be awesome. Something I am going to do, because I can afford to do it now, is actually start putting some anti-air on my offensive divisions. If we do support anti-air right here, we have enough currently that that's not going to be a problem, so let's do it. But that is going to at least give me a slight advantage as far as being able to simply eliminate part of the advantage an enemy will have with their superior air force. If I could train up enough anti-tank, I would put those in all my defensive units so we have a chance at piercing back against the enemy tanks, the enemy armor that will try to break through my front line. I don't know if that'll work. That's what I'm going to try for. Okay, we now need to make a decision. If I were to lose 10% factory output, that would hurt. But if we went to service by requirement and got double the manpower out of all of these cores and states that I'm getting, could we still produce enough equipment to field a much, much larger army? I don't feel like the answer to that is yes right now. I feel like we don't have anywhere near enough the production that I really need for that to work. But I also feel... Oh, there we go. I also feel like if we don't have more bodies in the field, more fielded manpower in general, then we're just screwed, right? I think. Alright, so Yemen's joined the Allies. Shocker. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Shocker. Doesn't matter too much. He's retreating because he's got absolutely nothing to his name, so we're going to be able to absolutely crush this. Hungary proclaims Greater Hungary. Well, congratulations. You want to form the Central Powers with me? Just saying, that'd be fun. Guess who's making pushes into Italy right now? Hello, United States. They are actually doing things right. This is D-Day. This is a different D-Day than I was expecting, but it is a D-Day. Well, I don't know. Maybe we do want to be getting involved in this somewhere. I don't know. All right. Service by requirement. Let's get that manpower going. Mobilize. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get up to 10%. But we can do so. Yemen should capitulate now. Thank you for the equipment. That actually matters right now. So, can I now hit the button? Wrong way. There it is. Merge these 3 cores. Doink. Okay, that should help a little bit. You really should have given me this, Iraq. I'm just going to say it to you right now. You should have given this to me. Because I kind of think that I'm going to have to kill you. But I don't care about... Well, yeah, I guess fighting over here from Baghdad's fine. I want to start pulling back over here, and it looks like the U.S. actually may have given up on their fight. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these troops back, and I'm going to leave Iran to their fate. Sorry, Iran, but you haven't been exactly the most beneficial of allies at this point. You really haven't. We'll set up some troops over here. We're going to set up some troops along here. We're going to set up some troops along here. A bunch of you guys go here, and then a bunch of you guys are going to go here. I don't know if that's anywhere near enough. The answer is almost certainly no. Except I don't see a point in sitting here. So we'll back up from that one. Okay. Factories. Good. I've got a few more. Well, we got 5 more all of a sudden. Thank you. Yemen being at full compliance really helps. What do I want? Anti-tank, I think. A little bit more of that. Tiny bit of anti-air. Could start producing those tanks en masse. I don't see that being very beneficial to me, though. Let's go ahead and start doing that. We're going to focus hard on just my infantry army. Starting to think that maybe going for something like Grand Assault Doctrine might have been better. I don't know. If the U.S. can successfully cut these guys off, Italy might be doomed. If Italy falls, all of a sudden, I feel like we've got a chance to take something down. Of course, I also feel like there's a very good chance that, you know, the U.S. is just going to turn around and murder me next. But I'm hoping they see the Germans as the true threat, because that's what I think would be the true threat. The Ottomans are just going over and they're just living the glory days. So what you going to do about the Ottomans? What you got against the Ottomans? The Ottomans ain't going to do nothing. They're fine. They're completely fine. Shush. Who's worried? Going to be A-okay. Troops, get in position. We're going to screw over Iraq. How are we doing on some of these factories? Sorry, these forts. Well, we're making pretty good progress. It'd be a heck of a lot easier if we were done with these extra chromiums, which it looks like we are about to do. So that's gone. So that's a few more factories we can use to start building up. Hey, manpower. Doop, 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 doop. We got enough equipment for that, at least. That's a much larger army. Siam joins Japan's faction. Okay. Can we just accept that I'm not going to be going for the Alma Serve or whatever that achievement is that is conquering, like, all of the world? Can we just acknowledge that I'm not going to do that? Because I feel like we've just accepted that's going to happen. Sicily's getting a naval invasion. Looks like the U.S. might be getting pushed back, but if they can hold out a little bit longer, they could do something here. That certainly is going to distract the Axis. Something awful. There are quite a few Bulgarian and Romanian troops sitting over here. They really, really, really do not want to let me take over any of this. What are the odds I could do some sort of a naval invasion and possibly catch Romania with their pants down? Not impossible. There is basically no Axis navy to speak of. If we did something really quick, we could probably try landing up and down the coast of Romania. They got enough victory points that just getting Bucharest alone won't be enough to make them capitulate, but it would certainly scare the hell out of them. I don't know, let's see. If it depends. If we can get enough troops trained up quickly, maybe we can do something. How are we doing in terms of equipment? We've got plenty of artillery, we're doing okay on every front. You know what? Get some more of those going, too. This is what happens when you get manpower. You get manpower, you start trading up troops. Right now, we're only at 5.2. I have so much more manpower that I'm going to gain right now. I just never built enough industry. We could convert civilian factories to military, I'm aware. But I also really like having civilian factories because it lets me continue building up things I need, like, I don't know, forts. Infantry equipment, we got enough of a surplus. I'm okay with doing this. Let's start making the better stuff, and we'll gradually start improving that. I do need more of... Oh, I got tungsten. I want more steel. Actually okay with being a little bit short on tungsten. That's not a big deal as long as I'm down by 1. I've been trying to give the Soviets a pretty good economic advantage by trading with them very aggressively. That's been helpful. Let's go for the extra breakthrough and defense, importantly. Defense is absolutely going to be key for me right now. Do you feel like you have enough troops for these front lines? Because I'm not convinced you do. You feel like you got enough there. Not here, though. Yeah, we're a bit porous right now against this. This is scary. What I should honestly do... Get rid of those, set up a fallback line so they're all together along my forts. Right along here. Why is it still... There's still a little bit something right there. Whatever, that's fine though. We're okay. Anyway, yes, set up that. I'm okay with them pushing along here as long as we control the river. And as long as we hold on to this extra point right here. Though, honestly, again, I think Italy's got their hands full. But it's the Germans that scare me. Camelry is done. The frick are camels. There they are. Hello. You guys have worse defense, worse breakthrough. You're worse in every way than horses. And you take more infantry equipment. The only advantage to camels is they're really good in deserts. Okay, well, let's try something. Let's duplicate this, and we're gonna swap a couple things around. We're gonna set up some camels that are gonna be good at fighting in Egypt. They're not gonna be very strong, only 10 combat width. Gonna have to be okay. I'll give you some recon. I'll give you some artillery. But this is gonna be my camel division. 10 combat width. Very good at moving. Well, better than usual at moving through the desert. And we'll use that, hopefully, to take out Italy. And set you all up right over here. In Damascus. I'm gonna build a bunch of you up, and then that'll have to be good enough. And if we can take out Italy, go through Egypt, and start pushing through all the northern Africa, guess where I have a lot more cores? Yeah, right there. Not worried about this. I don't care about any of that nonsense. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna get mechanizing our army. Get some research bonuses for equipment. I think the Soviets might be starting to make some good pushes over here, because I think Italy is freaking out and is backing off. Still no sign of D-Day up in France, though. Which is the real thing I'm looking for. If we can get to that point, oh, all of a sudden, we're looking pretty good, ain't we? I don't know. I mean, we're definitely training up a lot of troops all of a sudden. Out of anti-air, out of equipment like crazy. Why? Why are we out of equipment like crazy? Where am I taking loads of attrition? I'm terrified of this. What's the issue? Why are we losing so much? No, we're actually okay. I think that's just recalculating from all the new troops that I was building up. I hope that's what it was doing. Okay, advanced computing machine done, so we can get some extra research speed. Awesome. More resources, honestly, so far has been doing me no good. We could go for some doctrines for things like air forces and stuff. Still working on the advanced fire base. I think we need to go for upgrades to things like anti-air and anti-tank. The good news about anti-air is it does produce a small amount of piercing value. Very small, but it is there, which can be helpful, of course, against the Germans. Still says we're losing a lot of equipment, but it also shows we're gaining equipment. There we go. Okay. No, we're actually fine. It just was panicking me for a second, thinking that we were actually all about to die. But no, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. We've managed to reform a lot of the Empire here, okay? I feel like we've played this fairly well. I just didn't know what I was doing. I feel like if you want to go for the achievement, you have to focus exclusively as fast and as hard down this political route as possible to get Bulgaria, get Greece, get both of them, take over Yugoslavia, get the Balkans under control, core all of it. If you can do that, I think you've got a really good chance at something happening. Non-aggression pact with Japan doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm going to ignore that. You guys really shouldn't be attacking, but I'm glad to see you're getting some equipment back. You really should not be fighting over here, but alright. Just hold the line. Hold the line. That's all that I'm asking you to do. Hold the line. Iraq. Give me Jordan. You're signing your death warrant. FYI. You don't know it yet. Understandably, you don't know it yet. I am technically your ally, but you're signing a death warrant. Something I just realized, I actually can't declare war on Bulgaria right now, because we did get the non-aggression pact with the Germans. Looks like D-Day is actually starting right now. I'm not in position, I'm not ready to fight anyway, but we can cancel the non-aggression pact in just a few months, so we're not far off in timing. It's gonna be okay. But yeah, that's a little bit closer than I might have liked. Let's go for the upgrade to the tank model so we can go for the extra factories if nothing else. We also should get some nice research bonuses for support companies. Still trying to finish up some of these upgrades, though, for my equipment, for my anti-air, for my artillery, blah, 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 blah. All of this is very important. How are the Soviets doing? I think they're actually holding the line pretty well right now. I'm just buying time while I continue to train up more troops. Let's go ahead and create a defensive army that does have a good amount of piercing value, thanks to the anti-tank. I only have 1,000 in storage, so I'm not going to change the entire template. And instead have to take at least a handful of you guys, for example, and swap you out for my new template like so. We have enough available for that, so that's fine. Let's do the same sort of thing. Actually, no, you know what? Honestly, if we're going to be doing this anywhere, it's up here against the Germans that I really am going to need the piercing value more than anything. So we'll do it here and exclusively here. I will say I like being able to research engineer companies in only 29 days. Wow. That's like a 300% boost on a couple of these. That's actually really, really nice. Okay, the tank is researched. We can now go for superiority of arms. Under research, I think I will probably start learning how to make those tank destroyers or something, but at least not for a little bit. Is there anything else I could do that would reform my army in a meaningful way? No, not as of yet. Yeah, we have to expand air bases, naval bases, and more air bases. That's the only way I can reform any of this nonsense. Good lord. Some of these are still terrible. Like, don't forget, I still have a lack of stability. I have sectarian woes causing issues. I'm still paying off debts. It turns out that it actually would have been worth doing. I'm not going to have a non-aggression pact with Bulgaria. That's insane. I could have done that, and that would have been helpful, but little did I know. Little did I know. Still got quite a few more troops in training. I don't feel like I'm going to have the time to do this the way I want to. Soviets are still holding their grounds, which I appreciate. I don't remember, if I cancel my non-aggression pact, do I have a truce with them for a while? I don't remember. Pact's going to be broken in the first 12 months after signing. If we had a lot of troops on their border, we would be able to cancel this, but I don't have any troops on the border of the German Reich. Yeah, that's why I messed that up. I shouldn't have done the non-aggression pact. I was right in my initial instincts not to do it, but I did it. That was dumb. Still holding ground down over here, aren't you, Iran? Good for you. That's great. They're starting to move some forces around, but okay. Looks like Afghanistan actually made a push forward. For reasons. I don't really understand what they were trying to do with that, but okay. No, that's good. That's fine, and it's great, in fact. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, and here comes proper D-Day right there. In Normandy, in fact. It's literal D-Day. Okay. Germans. Cancel on aggression pact can't until the 29th of September. It might be time for me to go ahead and set up some troops, even if they are green, just so we can have more bodies in the field. And I'm thinking that might very well be the case. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I want to do a naval invasion. I do think that's the right call. There's no navy here to oppose me, that I know of anyway, because I'm not at war with anyone over here yet. But if there isn't a navy, we could do a quick naval invasion, get up here, try to snag Romania, knock the feet out from under them, while I stay as entrenched up over here as possible. And then, yeah, the cavalry down in Egypt, I think, will make a big difference. So we're going to go ahead and just deploy these guys now. I'm going to set up a special little army. With relatively good offense, I think, and movement and so on, maybe? You'll do fine. You get down over here. Set up against Iraq there, because we're going to have to push through this. And then we're going to have to be able to push against Italy. Now, I don't expect Italy's going to have much, if anything, over here. Simply because they control almost all of Africa. What do they care? right? They're not worried about me. They should be, but they're not. Rome fell, by the way. Okay. So that's good. Then I need a lot more troops set up against Bulgaria. Gonna go ahead and deploy basically all of these guys. I know we've got too many, but that's fine. Hang on. And yeah, I'm gonna save the rest for the moment. Okay, so that's enough for that. Wish these guys weren't green, I really do. I'm gonna send all of you to a new army. Don't like sending green troops on a naval invasion either, but I've got to do what I got to do. We'll put, let's say, you in charge here, and now I'm going to set up some naval invasions, preferably in the same sea zone. So yes, out of Constantinople should be fine. We're going to try to land right up around here, and hopefully we can make an immediate push over to Bucharest, or at least push Bulgaria's troops back enough that we can then just demolish them. Okay, those are all set up nice and fast, so we'll be able to launch them pretty much right away, I hope. Guangxi Clique has capitulated. What's going on in China? Oh, Japan is actually making some pretty big pushes all of a sudden. Okay, so they did manage to get almost the entirety of the coast of China, and they are pushing against the British Raj. Actually kind of works for me just in the sense that the British Raj will get off of my back and not be used to attack my eastern flank. Alright. I do at the very least like that. Trying to train these guys up to get a little bit more XP so we don't have a 25% modifier in combat. We've got 9 days to do it, though, and that's not going to be fast enough, obviously. I should have deployed these guys in Constantinople if that's where I was going to set these guys up, but oh well. So we got an anti-tank and an anti-air upgrade. That's at least a little bit of something. What else do we want to do? Well, I think we go ahead and research that tank I was talking about. Let's just go ahead and knock that out. Start getting things that the tank destroyers researched, if possible. How quickly can you guys train? How quickly can you guys train? That's my question. If you guys can train up really fast, I don't mind holding off on this just a smidge, but here come the Allies. The Germans are going to start pulling off. This is my opportunity to really snag some territory and some war score. Big war score. Most importantly, it's my chance to grab a load of cores so that even if we don't have war score, I'm pretty sure the Allies can't demand what is officially our rightful core. I think. I could be wrong on that, but I think that might be the case. We're going to find out. The answer is they need 16% more experience. It's going to take me about 8 more days. So we're at September 29th. We're really close to being able to do any of that. Some forts in Adern, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll go ahead and grab some of that. I mean, these guys will gain experience just sort of naturally as time goes on. I don't really have to train them up. I don't know. I do think we need to end this video here. This is where the power plays come in. This is either going to work really well or an absolute disaster. I have no idea which is going to be, but my plan is cut Iraq off from the alliance. They'll join the Axis. Break the non-aggression pact with the Germans. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So that we can then attack Bulgaria and Iraq, take all of this, core all of this, push through Egypt, take as much as I can down over here. Hopefully we get all of it so I can core all of this. Ideally, even push into France. I don't know if we're going to get that far, but that'd be awesome. And then hold out and pray that the Soviets and the Allies kill the Germans and I get to sit tight on all of my territory. That's my hope. Whew, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and see what it is.